What's up? What's up? What's up, Black family? Yes, indeed. Lord have mercy. Black family, it is too much going on in the Black America. At least white America trying to push on us. Baby, it's too much going on. They sneaking these immigrants up in here. So Biden have somebody to vote for him because Black family, we ain't voting. I know, I seen the coons, but that's not us. We are real Black folks. We not voting. They not getting our vote. Absolutely not. What are we voting for? Are we voting more for our destruction? What are we voting for? Because you cannot sit here and tell me, Black family, that we're voting for change. Now, maybe this is just my opinion. Maybe it's educated. And maybe it may be theories, but theories can be proven. And it could be my personal opinion. But since I've been here on this earth, the election leading up to the election year, there's always been downfall of Black people, from Black celebrities to Black groups, Black children to African people. And if you guys have been paying attention like I've been paying attention, look how many Black women have been coming up murdered, missing. Look how many Black celebrities been taking downfalls. And don't get me wrong, if they're doing things that's wrong, they're doing things that's wrong. But let's be real. Black people do not own Hollywood at all. But they seem to always be the ones on the downfall. And then next thing you know, then Black America, then we have to pick what the lesser evil, blue or red, and both always white. No vote, no Black vote. Hashtag no Black vote. Black family, we should not be getting up going to vote for nobody. What are you voting for? For these people to unalive your children and get away with it? What are we voting for? So they can miseducate and incarcerate your children? What are we voting for? So that when we look up, they sneaking in immigrants so they can own everything. We own no institutions. We don't even own the little businesses and LLCs that we have. They take them. So what are we voting for? For our own destruction? Because we're doing that pretty good. No Black vote. And that needs to be known. Oh, I was voting for Trump. For what? For what? Trump is not for you. He is not for you. He is not for nobody Black. And you already know Biden don't give a damn about you. Y'all sat up there and let him go on the Breakfast Club and talk that foolishness. And then invited him to the Juneteenth. Do we not want to be here as a people? This stuff is just getting out of hand. So what are we voting for? Because when I look at it, it look like we just voting for our own destruction. Trust me, voting is not helping. If voting was truly helping, and it was to make us free, they'd have been shut that down. So why is a bunch of Negroes going to go out there and be voting? And they'll unalive your children the next day and tell you what you complaining about. They'll miseducate your children, put them in special education and tell you, oh, well, I think because he's not coming from a two-parent household. Stop. What are we voting for, Black family? For these people to keep incarcerating us, miseducating us? What we voting for? That's what I want to know. I've been sitting up watching this foolishness. I'm here with my family in California. I've been vacationing. And I said, Lord have mercy, look at this foolishness. I can't believe it. We need to get it together as a people. For real. And yes, me and my family, we've been working on the organization that I have. You know, we've been making sure that everything's in order, making sure everything's good and stuff. So it's going to take a minute because we want to make sure that everything is really, really good. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making sure the organization that I have for our people to become a better people is in order. Because that's what we're missing in the Black community. We're missing order and organization. And I know I talk about that a lot because that's one of the things that we need to get spot on. Once we get organized, ain't no stopping us. Ain't no stopping us at all. So I don't know what we out here voting for. I see these Negroes for Trump. I don't know why. Because since I've been here on this earth, it has been the same destruction for Black people. You go out there and vote, no change. You see, they just separated from us in Louisiana. You see all these Black women are being unalived. You see the miseducation of Black people. You see what's happening in Congo. You see what's happening in Africa. This is happening all around the world to Black people all around the world. It don't matter if we Africans here in America, Africans here in Africa, on the continent, all over, something is happening to us. Hair like wool, skin like burnt brass. It's happening to the Black race every single time. And y'all keep being foolish and letting these white people tell you, oh, you know, that was a long time ago. Excuse me. Them separating Louisiana, that wasn't no long time ago. That was just recent. White men unaliving Black women, that wasn't no long time ago. That was this year. All of this was this year. Trump saying if y'all don't vote for him, y'all ain't Black. That wasn't no long time ago. That was this year. They manipulating you. They taking from you. And then what else just happened? Our elders that experienced the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre, they won't even give them money. They got money for all of these people in different countries, Ukraine and all these other places, and Israel and all these other places that everybody been fighting for. But what about the people here? What about Black folks here? I see so many Black people for Israel and for Ukraine and all of this. But what about when things are happening to our people here in America? What about, what's happening to our people in Africa? And I know it's a lot of Black folks that say, oh, well, Africa, you got to understand, everything that happens in Africa, they test it in Africa, and then they come here and test it on us too. Because at the end of the day, we are one and the same. We're same in the one. We're God's chosen. We Black folks. No matter what. Whether you consider yourself Native, African, whatever. Black, African American. We all have hair like wool, skin like burnt brass. Whether it's curly, nappy, kinky, whatever the situation is. It's happening to us all around the world. So we need to get this together. Honestly, we need to get it together real soon. Those that are able to help, I'm able to do what I could do, but I'm just one woman. That's why I get on here and just inspiring and just getting us up, waking us up. We need to wake on up, because what's to come is going to be 100 times worse than what we think. Look at what Juneteenth is supposed to be, the freedom. It's supposed to be freedom. And I didn't even work, especially where I was at. There's a lot of black folks, and I didn't see not one black folk happy that it was Juneteenth. You know what that lets me know? That lets me know that black people are comfortable. When I say comfortable, I'm talking about comfortable with being up under every other nation. And that's scary. You know why that's scary, black family? Because if we're comfortable with being slaves to everyone else, sooner or later, they're going to revert back to what they used to do, which is have you in chains. Right now, they got you in invisible chains. And everyone is okay with that. And I know not all of us is okay with that. But all it takes is a bunch of coons. Oh, I'm able to have sex with a white woman, so I knows I was good. Okay. They don't care about nobody else's freedom as long as they can shag white women. As long as they can shag white men, they okay. That's not cool. That's not freedom. That's lusting after your oppressors because of your racial inferiority. And that's not freedom. Freedom to me is when we have our own. Then we're not going to care about who's in office. You don't see the Chinese caring about who's in office because they have their own. You don't see Hispanics caring about who's in office because they have their own. Black people, we care because we don't have our own. Once we get our priorities in check and in order, we don't care who's in office. We're going to have our own businesses. We're going to have our own schools, our own banks, our own hospitals, our own fire departments, our own housing, our own everything. We need to be worrying about ownership. That's what we need to be worrying about. We don't need to be worrying about, oh, this person in office, because no one is coming to save you but us. We're the only people who can save us. We're the only ones. There was nobody white coming to save you. It was Harriet. She saved you. It was Frederick. He did it. It was Marcus. He did it. It was Rosa. She did it. It was Ida. She did it. You get what I'm saying? It's always been us who came to save us. So that's when we need to check it. What are we voting for? We need to be worrying about us. We need to be doing us. We need to be getting plans together. I see a lot of comments, but I don't see, okay, what do we need to do? What are you truly working on? I will be happy and gladly, but if your mentality is not there, why would I share something, all of my stuff with y'all, and y'all mentality is not there? See, you have to be very intellectual. And with my intellect, I just throw little things. Let me see what they're going to say about this. Let me see what they're going to do about this. And then I see y'all ignorant. Oh, oh, you're in love with your oppressors. I understand that. They taught you that. You've been taught. You've been even taught in your own household. I understand that. But now it's time to break free. What are you voting for? As far as I'm concerned, you're only voting for your own destruction. Black family, we got to wake up, because it's not helping us. We need to have ownership. That is what we need to work on. Ownership. It's not just what I'm doing, it's what we all need to be doing. We have so much. We got everything. We got a lot. Just us together. All we need is God. All we need is us. All we need is our ancestors. And then we truly gonna make it. Excuse me. Let's get it. Let's get it, black family. Let's focus on what we need to do as a black family. and come together. All this division and dividing and stuff, I'm talking about within us. You ain't gotta hate no other race or nation and stuff. I don't. Yeah, I talk about it, but hell, they've been talking about us. How long have they been talking about us? Nothing I can say can take away the privilege of another nation, especially Caucasian. So one of the things they've been saying that we racist. How we racist when we don't have any economical power? This is what this is about. So what are we voting for? We need to start standing strong and start understanding that once we build our economics, that's when we're going to have power. And that's when collectively we're going to be powerful. I always say, nobody here, no other nation does anything individually. They do it all collectively. And once we understand that as a people, that we need to collectively have ownership and have power, we're going to be taken over. Then we don't have to worry about voting. Hashtag no black vote, because they ain't getting no vote for me. Trump nor Biden. I ain't voting for neither one of them. For what? For destruction? So they could keep unaliving us? That's all they've been doing. All they've been doing is unaliving us. Look at all of our black women that's being unalived. They don't care. They separating from us. And then they want to put the dagger in our hand and say, oh, look, it's you guys. It ain't us. It's them. But what's on us is we need to build collectively. Hashtag no black vote. Y'all stay black. Black power to all of you. I love you, black family.